guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Okay, it is Monday morning and it is time to catch up about some drama that happened back in May and June following and relating to Myka Stauffer and some of her YouTube friends. So Myka Stauffer on her Instagram and on her YouTube channel promoted that she was best friends with a couple ladies who are also YouTubers and Instagram sort of mommy bloggers, two of which Brianna K, or Bits of Brie, and Tiffany Beeston. Now, she had posted on her Instagram a lot of photos of traveling to Nashville, to London, doing different date nights, and consistently Myka referred to Brie and Tiffany as her best friends. Shortly after everything broke, in May, after Myka made the announcement about what happened to her son that she adopted, Tiffany Beeston pretty much cut ties. And I actually spoke to Tiffany in DMs, and she told me that she and Myka were never really best friends per se, but that a lot of the involvement that she had with Myka was related to working and doing different collaborations. And she claimed that she had actually met Myka through Brianna because she said that Brianna and Myka were friends in real life. Now, she had said that Brianna and Myka had been friends for quite some time. They were friends before YouTube. I'm not sure if any of that is true, but she said that the Brianna and Myka best friendship was very much real, and she was sort of brought into that, but she said that she was never really that close to Myka. Now, Tiffany also spoke out about Myka and said that she didn't agree with it. She said that she brought up a lot of concerns that she had about Myka's behavior in the home, how she treated her kids, and really just sort of discussed a lot of the stuff that other people had brought up about how, she lied a lot, things weren't as always what they seemed, that kind of stuff. And she denounced what Myka had done and was not going to be any way affiliated with it and was concerned at that time for the child. Brianna K, on the other hand, when she got a hold of all of this information, she actually came out swinging in a way, and she didn't want to actually speak out against Myka. She instead was sort of doubling down and kind of talking about how, talking negatively about someone doesn't really help anything. Speaking about something that you don't really know about doesn't really help anything. People were like yelling at Brianna to come out against her friend and denounce it, or she would be canceled. And then all of this stuff starts happening on these different forums like Guru Gossip and YouTube Mama Drama, where they start sort of tracking like what Brie was saying. Brie was defending her for the most part, not necessarily in the fact of like what happened to the child, but more so like, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. We only know a small portion of it. It's really not going to help anyone for me to say anything negative about her. Don't say anything negative about her. And she really sort of defended her in a way by not actually denouncing what happened. So people indirectly believed that Brianna was still going to maintain her friendship with Myka. And for a very long time, the two of them were following each other. And so Myka was still following Brie on Instagram, and Brie was following Myka on Instagram. Recently, she actually finally spoke out. It's, 2 months later, and now Brianna says that she is not talking to Myka anymore. And I looked on her Instagram, and she's also not following her, but she actually broke her silence in her podcast, and this is what she had to say.
I completely understand why people responded to the situation the way that they did. I think it's incredibly heartbreaking and devastating news. And I just want to say Myka was somebody who was there for me during the darkest time of my life when I was losing my dad. She was the only YouTuber who showed up to my dad's funeral, and Myka never cared about my views or my subs. That was never why she was friends with me. And I just want to be honest, she was a genuine friend. It was not about business. She was a genuine friend. We are not currently speaking because of the situation, and I don't know if we'll talk again. And it's been really hard because I care a lot about her. And it does make me hurt that I feel like she was really there for me and I couldn't really be there for her. And just the whole situation was really, really hard. And I do not have the authority to share private details about their family life, and I'm not going to. And it is a very, very hard situation. And I know people keep asking that question, and that's really all that I can say. Okay, I promised I was going to answer tough questions. So we'll answer this next one. That for
So
whatever.
Brianna says that she was real life friends with her. You know, she was at her father's funeral. She was there for her when she was in the darkest times of her life. And this sort of reverberates what Tiffany had said to me, that these two were really friends in real life, that they were very good friends, in fact. Now, the thing here is that she said she didn't necessarily say anything negative about Myka per se, but just that like they aren't speaking anymore and that they've kind of had to go their separate ways. She didn't necessarily say why. And again, she said that, you know, there's still things that nobody really knows about and there's things that they can't really talk about. And, but somehow that situation did cause them to stop talking. So Bree might just not want to be the person to, she talks a lot about not adding negativity into other people's lives, not being a keyboard warrior, not saying things negative about other people. But she did say that they're not talking. So I'm assuming that in an indirect way, Bree is basically saying, without saying it, that she doesn't support Myka, and it was that choice that ultimately led to their friendship dissolving, which, you know, she says she feels bad that she can't be for Myka during this time because Myka was there for her, but the situation is sort of in a place where she can't be there for Myka. So I don't know that we're ever going to really get an answer from Bree for her to actually come out and say, like, Myka, what you did was wrong. This is terrible. This might be the best we get from her in terms of the fact that she doesn't support Myka. She doesn't support this choice. And part of me is starting to wonder if, you know, a lot of the people that were connected to her, they're other mommy bloggers, they're other people that are on the platform. They don't want to be connected to the controversy, which can happen on YouTube. Once somebody goes down, people are going to start separating themselves from them and minimizing sort of the closeness that they had, or trying to say, you know, we weren't that close, or it wasn't really that real, or whatever, and distancing themselves from all of that because they don't want it to affect their brand. So it could be that she just doesn't want this to affect her brand, or it really could be that Brie just does not support this. Now, Brianna is pregnant with her third child. She has been uploading content on her YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel is not as large as Myka's. She has like 300 and some thousand subscribers. Her videos can do okay. I mean, they range anywhere from 30,000 views to over 100,000 views. Definitely not the same level of exposure that Myka's channel would get, or other larger mommy bloggers. But it does seem that she has this desire to put it out there right now and say, we're not talking, we're not friends. And then when you go to their Instagrams, neither one of them are following each other. Myka hasn't said anything publicly about anything, about anyone, since her apology or non-apology, or her weird statement that she put out on Instagram about a month and a half ago, where she talks about how she felt like she really disappointed everyone and she let everyone down, but she wanted to tell everyone her side of the story, but she really couldn't. Anyways, we'll never know if Myka will come back. We know that there was that mistake last week where maybe they didn't or did not try to go live. I'm not sure. But Bree is not following her anymore. Tiffany is not following her. And basically every large mommy blogger except for Anna Saccone is still following her. So Anna Saccone is still following her, but none of the other friends that she has from YouTube. So what do you think about this announcement by Bree that they're not talking? Is it enough? Is that going to satisfy your and squelch your thirst for her not to be canceled? Or are you still canceling Bree for being Myka's best friend and not speaking out sooner? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.